Well folks, back out on the boat again. The weather's been so nice with light winds. Decided to come out on the boat and can the beach fishing. There's plenty of time to do a bit of beach fishing at the moment, but you don't often get these sort of light winds, to be honest, so I'm taking advantage of it. So off a bit of a dawn raid for a place I haven't been for quite some time actually. It's a little bank around the back of the island that normally produces sort of some brill and some rays and some bass as well, and sometimes if the tide's right as well, you do get the old launch there as well. So as I said, I ain't been there for quite some time, and yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's not quite sunny yet. Hopefully the sun will come up and that'll be nice and make it a bit warmer. But it is flat, really flat sort of thing. Visibility's down a little bit, a bit of a sort of sea mist, and yeah, so about an hour of steam to go. Really small tide, around about 4 metre, which is quite small for the Solent area. And yeah, so next time you see me, want to be out. For anyone who doesn't know, but hopefully you can see this, you can, in the distance there, you can just see a flat, and then it ripples beyond that flat, but that's where the bank is. And as the water rushes over, it creates the flat and then the rough mud, and that is where the bass and the turbot, the brill will hide beyond the bank, ready for when the bait fish come up and over the bank and that. So hopefully you can see that now. So you can see the flat bit, now you can see the rough part over the other side. Now I'll show you what it looks like on the plot as we come over. So you can now see my plotter. Now you watch as we go over the flat spot. So there's the flat and the ripple beyond, and there is my plotter there now. So you watch that, we're 27 foot. Now you watch as we get towards that flat. We're just coming into the flat now. Look at that rise. Look at that peak. Now beyond that peak there, that's where they all sit, the bass and the brill. Well folks, I've got one rod in the water with a bit of mackerel on, and I just thought I'd show you my rig that I'm going to use for this location. So what I've got, it's only a running ledger, about 2.5 foot of the running ledger, and then about another, I'd say 2.5 to 3 foot of trace with only a small 1/0 hook. But I'm trying to take a little bit different. So got Turbot link to my main, swivel, 30-pound Amnesia black, and then what am I using for the slider? I'm using a Turbot link. I'm going to give that a go. Now I've been trying it, it's working okay for me. I've got 2 beads on this one. The one that I've got out in the water already, I've got 1 bead. And then I've got another swivel, and then obviously my trace line. And it works fairly sort of well, to be fair, the Turbot link. And I've got up tighter today, and I've put 3 beads. Instead of 2, I've put 3 beads. So it gives you just a little bit of distance away from the hooks of the breakaway weight, just to so you don't get tangled up in the weight, the trace. And I'm going to give it a go and see how we get on with it. I think it seems to work, and it can be a little bit turbulent water around here at times, so we'll see how we get on. And yeah, sort of a big old thick zip slider, which are fairly fat really, to be honest, and you need fairly heavy gear. I like to fish light gear, so I'm giving the old Turbot link a go. It seems to work. Just thought I'd show you what bait I'm using today. So lucky for me that we have a guy that gets sand eel for us, but he keeps them in the freezer for us. So there we are, just little sand eels. Sorry my fat fingers are in the way, but there they are. They've only little dinky ones, which I don't mind, to be honest with you, for the brill. So I'll get a few together, wrap them up with a bit of elastic, and that's one bait I'm using. And the other one I'm using is, again, just strips of mackerel, like so, on a hook. Again, just bind it with a little bit of elastic so it sits a bit nice in the water and a bit more better presentation. And yeah, the mackerel seems to do a little bit better than sand eel normally, but we'll see how it goes and see what results we get. I've had a bite already, but I've missed it, so let's get the bait back in the water. Well folks, we've got a fish on. Not bad running. And do you know what? I actually don't know what this is. It's got mackerel on for the bait. I really don't know what this is. It sort of feels like it's a sort of smooth hand. It's been running and that, but it definitely don't feel like a dogfish. It's pulling too much for that. It's going to be interesting, this one. But I don't want to go too mad because it's running quite hard at the moment, the tide. I've only got light gear. And it's staying deep as well. Interesting, this one. I can't wait to see it. I'm just not bullying it. I've got the drag set as well. So if he wants to run, he can run. Wow, I just don't know what this is. This is madness. Absolute madness. I just want to see it. I want to see it. Come on, I want to see it. It don't want to come up, that's for sure. It don't want to come up. I'm reluctant to bully this. It's coming up tide now, so who knows what this could be. I don't think I've ever been so light on a fish in my life. I think it's a decent ray, you know. Looks like a decent ray. It's a nice blonde by the look of it. Oh yeah. Can't argue with that, can we? Well folks, well there we go, a nice blonde. Just weighed it, goes at £9. Absolute cracker of a fish. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, that big of a blonde, this sort of mark. It's normally like smaller than that, so there we go. I'm going to get it back, I'm going to get it on the platform and get it back. I was getting a few little nibbles here and there. And I was thinking, wow, bloody hell, there must be a few little shoalies down there, something like that. Oh no, one of these little beauties. Good old black bream. Always give you a little bit of a good old little fight. Really, really good characters these are. But look at the colours on that. Absolute crackers, aren't they? almost Mediterranean, that fish, isn't it? Anyway, what should I do? I'm going to have this for tea, actually, this one. I'm going to keep this one for tea. I do like a bit of black bream. So, yeah, there we go. In the cool box, I'll put it back. Sun's finally come out. So, getting a few little nibbles again. So, I think the bream are around. It's just on the start of the flood. It's only a small tide, so it's quite nice fishing, really, to be honest with you. And just trying to get into these small little bites and see if I can get them. I've downsized the hooks, so I'm guessing it's a lot of bream down there now. But we'll persevere with it. It's still there. It's still there. It's frustrating though. Frustrating though. Let's see what we can do. It's just annoying, isn't it, when you get that little nibble and you go for a strike and you miss it, and you leave it, and then you get another nibble, you miss it, and then another nibble and you miss it, and you think, is this getting me right at it, this fish, or what? But that's the way it is. Well, I've just thought I'll reel in the old uptider. I've got one up, well, I've got two rods uptied at the moment, and I thought, that bloody feels heavy. And bugger me, I've got another ray on. That tide's really pulling as well now. So it's giving me a bit of jip, but we're doing all right. I'm going to get it in. I'm going to stand on the back of the dive platform, I think, as well, because the current's running so hard. It's going to be easier if I do that instead of leaning over the back of the boat. But I just want to take it easy. Well, there she is, nice fawny. So that's just weighed it, just over the £6, hovering. I'm going to get it back, and yeah, happy days. So that's gone back, it's gone down a treat. So that's a spotted ray, a blonde ray, and a fawny. So that's not too bad of the ray species. Still waiting for the old brill to turn up though. We'll keep at it. Current's running quite hard now, to be honest with you. But that was on the uptider, that one there, on that fawny. Let me just show you what I used as well, as lead wise. I was using one of those, one of my luminous leads. I've got a video on my YouTube channel how to make those, so check it out. I'll put a link in the description actually as well for that. I wonder if that's made a difference as well. We'll soon see. We'll bait it up again and see what happens. See if it makes a difference. You never know. A little bit of luminous colour. Wow. The uptider went again. And I thought it was weed. I thought, it's weed, it's bent round, it's gone pulled at the back of the boat. Anyway, started pulling it in, feels, oh, it is a bit of weed sort of thing. Next thing I know, out comes this little beauty. Look at that. Not the biggest of ones, but nevertheless, it's nice to see, isn't it? Don't often see too many of those around. Nice little turbo. Not the biggest, just over £1.5, but that'll do me. Happy days. Can't wait to get back out there now on that uptider. Which one though? One with the Lumi lead, one without the Lumi lead. It's the Lumi lead. There might be something in that, you know, having a Lumi lead on boat fishing. I'm definitely going to have to make a few more up, I think, and give it a bit more go. But I'm going to get this thing back and get fishing. Well, another turbo. Again, not massive, just over a pound. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolute beautiful. Anyway, guess what it come on? You know, the Lumi lead. The Lumi lead has done it again. I am seriously going back home after this and making some more luminous leads. I've got one on board. I've got plenty at home, but I need to make some more. Because clearly, this is producing the goods. The Lumi lead is doing the trick for some reason. It must be the brightness, but let's get it back. Well, final chuck out. That's it. I've had a quite good day really, to be honest. It's not been bites every 5 minutes sort of thing, and there's been a few times when it's been a bit sort of mental with little tap tap taps, which I believe must have been bream, but couldn't connect. I only caught one. But yeah, really great day. Really calm. Really enjoyed it. One of those real great days of fishing that you sometimes get. More than happy with what I've caught. So what have I had? I've had spotted, a blonde, a thorny, 2 turbot now, and a bream. So all in all, pretty good day really, to be fair. So I'm happy with that. So that's it. I'm gonna reel these in a little bit and shoot off home. Hopefully get some mackerel on the way back, but we'll see. So hopefully you enjoyed, and don't forget, give it a thumbs up. All importantly, don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and also the benefit is that you see the latest videos that come out from myself. And yeah, so hopefully see you next time. Get out there, people.